is Ken Hall, and I'm here to teach volunteers how to tie throw chairs in. So the chairs would normally be lined up, I'm guessing somewhere back here. They'd be brought in by the volunteers. Volunteers will bring them in. The athlete will show you the position to put the chair, okay? So for shot put, most of the guys the chair will be straight onto the sector, okay? With the chairs, when they set it up, everything on the chair has to be inside this circle. Imagine a tube straight up, okay? Everything has to be inside. Foot plates, and their feet can stick out, their hands can stick out, but nothing can be outside. Usually one of the officials they'll either sight it or they'll have a plumb bob that they put on it to check. Like this one here technically would fail because these welds are outside. So they would say, and they would literally still stand like this. Like, well, that's probably close. So what you would do, so again with these chairs, we're going to use this type of ratchet strap, put them in. With these types of ratchet straps, always put the short fixed end down, because when you're tightening it, it's easier to pull these things up than try to push it away to tighten it, okay? In an ideal situation, you have an extra volunteer that literally sits on the chair to hold it in place. So that's in a perfect world, because you'll feel it move, because the athlete will come up and say, I want it there, and then as you're tightening it, if you're not tightening them all at the same time, it'll twist or they won't like it, right? So yeah, so in an ideal world, you have a fifth volunteer there. You can do this with 2, 4 is better, 5 is perfect. So with these straps here, again, the short end would go in one of the holes. Normally with a shot put, we try and pull the chair straight down. So it'd be straight out the front in a very small V here, and straight out the back in a small V there. Okay, so this would go probably there. And what you're gonna have to do with these type of straps, because they won't hook onto the chair, you have to wrap it around, and you're gonna have to probably loop it like that. Like you'll have it up tight, like that, and then loop it around a bunch of times, okay, to get out of the way. You want to make sure it doesn't hit their legs at all, okay? So then what you do, see I've already got twisted, so I hate this, is you would pull this is why this is a problem, right? Because you end up like this. You want the straps to be straight as possible. So it's literally lay it out, go around, and then you can either, if you know this strap is straight, wind it over like that. And then what you want to do is you want to pull all the slack out of here. If you don't pull the slack out, when you go to tighten this, it'll end up in the bail here, and it'll end up so big it looks like that one over there we're throwing in the garbage. Because literally we can't get it apart anymore. And then it's just pull this little handle up here, hold on to this, and it's just, what I usually do is tighten every one just a little bit, and then once we make sure the chair's in place, we tighten all 4 at the same time. So again, it's here. So this one, on this particular chair, you'd probably go to the outside here and just go around there and down. The other thing you can do is if you want, is you can actually do like that, right? So that's another way to do it there, where you have a double like that. Personally, I prefer this over that. Yeah. So there's less chance of it coming off, right? And then with the hook being up here, sometimes it'll hit the athlete's leg, and especially in the discus where the chair's turned. So you can have it like this as well, and then you just have 2 out the back the same way, so straight down. The shot is probably the easiest one to tie in, only because it's usually straight on. The chairs are all straight on. So literally it'll just be there, there, and there. And pull that out and just, right? But you see how easy it is to move that chair, right? So once we get the fourth one on, do you want to put the fourth one on?
Are they gonna have different chairs?
Every chair is different.
Okay, that's the trick, right?
That's one of the tricks, yes. You'll all have different chairs. They'll have different ways to set it up. Some will have a pole, some won't have a pole. Some will like it straight, some will like it turned a bit, some will want to turn a little bit. Some athletes need the strap here not to be there so they can get onto the chair easier. So yeah, so literally once you get it like that, it would literally be 3 or 4 people if you have 4. Everybody takes a corner and goes, right? And literally it's just everybody just, and you'll know if you do move the chair a little bit, you can usually move it by pulling the opposite one a little tighter.
Okay.
Right, so if I pull this one up a little bit, then if you tighten that one, it'll pull it down. And you literally go until this thing is, yeah, till it's tight. Like that. Like they should be like that tight. Right? And you can play music. Until you can play, and then usually what we do is we grab the chair like that, and then your job is done. Until it comes time to take it off. The most important thing when you take these off, don't have your head near this. Because what happens invariably is someone comes along, the first one says, okay, I got this one. And it comes up and goes, doink, and hits you in the head. So you don't want to be this person. Okay? So always, or what I do is I always put a hand on it when I do it. Something, some sort of safety. I prefer a hand. If you want to wear a helmet, that's fine. But definitely for sure, make sure that you've got this protect, because it will jump quite a bit sometimes. Depending on the athlete, if you've got a really big athlete and this is really tight, it will jump substantially. So,
And after we tighten the athletes will...
so the athletes...
Sometimes you may ask us to adjust it a little bit?
They can. So they have, the athlete has, once you're finished tying in, and it's good, the athlete has 4 minutes to get in the chair, tighten their own straps down, and get ready to go.
They do that themselves?
They do it themselves. You're not allowed to do any other help. Okay. Your job is to stand back there and, good job. And then when they're done, they get off the chair, you come back in, take the chair out, yeah, and put it back there somewhere.
So you get off, right?
Every athlete, they have their own chair.
Yes. Now we have some athletes that share chairs in our competition from our club, but normally every athlete has their own chair. So, and then
4 minutes start.
4 minutes starts. So during that 4 minutes, they can come say, you know, my chair is just not right. It doesn't feel right. Can you return it? Which you can do. They can come in, but that counts in their 4 minutes of warm up. Okay. But they can absolutely waste all their time. And this will be more in discus and javelin than shot put, because there they'll tend to want to be just perfect, right? So, and then as long as you make sure when you tighten it that all these are, the chairs, like when this is tight, this is flat on the ground, right? As long as you know it's flat on the ground,
Right.
then it's good. So then the athlete has 4 minutes to get on, and then get her in,
Like this one is not touching on that side there, right?
right, because we undid this one, right? So when we tighten this up and tighten this one up, right, when this is tight, so you just pull this up here, the black handle, straight up here, up, like that, and it rolls over. When you tighten that down, this will come down. You can really bend the rails a lot. You'll see it with in the discus circle, with the straps, the rails that'll be in there tomorrow, that you can bend these rails. Straight on,
Okay.
all the way to the front.
Straight on, all the way to the front.
Straight on, because you'll see the second one's will be painted on the ground too, right? So you'll know it's right in the middle. And the only thing they'll do is they might say I want it off to the side a little bit, but they should wheel in or walk in and say, okay, I want it this way. So most of them will just say right there. That's perfect. And I would make a good decision. All right. And then I'd say, okay. Tied in.
So everybody take a corner.
Everybody picks a corner. probably the easiest way will be. Yeah, always try to, if there's not enough holes in this rail, if the rails were really close, it's only something like that. Yeah, so I'd be there and there and there, right? There. Just like that. That easy. Just gotta keep an eye on the watch, see if it moves or not, right? And the athletes will come in and they'll look at it, they'll want it to be more forward, right? And they can do that. Especially if I was the athlete, I want them more forward because every inch they're giving up is goes up this hill, right? Right? So then we push it as far forward until the official said no. Yeah, I mean, all you want to do is, so these here, what I'm going to do is just kind of have one of the way here. Because the athletes or the officials will trip over them. Guaranteed. And that's it. And then the athlete would compete. The athlete would be done. A lot of times I'll have you guys bring the wheelchair in. Okay. They just bring it in and put it aside, you maybe hold it. And then they get out of it. And then they wheel out. And then you would undo it.
Usually most of the time we'll place that this there and safe for them. Yeah, but
Yes. Yeah. And then you would come along, wheel it, you'd undo it. Once they're done, you'd undo it, and then take it out and bring the chair in.
You don't need to help the athletes sit on it, right?
No, you can't.
You can't touch them.
Nope. Nope.
Okay.
They are. No.
Okay.
It's
I
illegal.
just want to
It's
make sure
illegal.
because-
Yeah, no. And we've had athletes where at nationals where their tie-down straps, not these ones, break. Their own personal ones break.
Yeah.
And it's like too bad. They'll let you do that. They got to figure it out. They've got 4 minutes, or they might only have 1 minute during competition. So then they've got to figure out. They can't come to you and say, "Can you grab this? Can you grab this thread?" No. They are on their own. That's the most important thing to remember. That you're there just. This is your only focus. So, undo it. See who gets hit. How did you get the ball? Yeah. So that, take it out.
Yeah, and you put it aside.
Put it aside, yeah. So then someone will wait for the next. Either someone else will bring it in, or one of you guys would. They would say, "I need this chair